This budget build is about to level up. The one thing that's been lacking is any sort of touring, 12-volt or camping setup. And today we are going to fix that and then celebrate with a trip to Double Island. We are, however, waiting on my mate Max, who is notoriously late to just about everything we do. But with the promise of a DI trip, I think he should be here just about any minute.
Sam, you said we're going to the beach!
No, dickhead. I said we'll go to the beach once we finish the wiring. Anyway, now that Max has decided to grace us with his presence, with the promise of a DI trip around the corner once we get this job done, it's all systems go. Itech World have been nice enough to send us a whole setup for the little budget build. And I'm actually pretty pumped on this because it's a really cool little arrangement. We've got the 120 amp hour lithium battery, which is going to go in our Go Further battery box. Now, the cool thing about this is it's pre-wired. So pretty much anyone, a monkey like Max, can get this done very, very quickly. That's going to go in there. This is all pre-wired, 40 amp DC to DC charger, a whole bunch of accessories. You can go a solar panel like what we've got there, can plug straight into that battery box and charge it up, which is cool. The other thing they've sent us, which is really handy because I was not prepared, all the wiring we're going to need. So that is really nice. And the cool thing about what all of this is sitting on is a brand new product from the team over WA way, is their new iFrost 40 litre fridge. Now this thing is sick, super efficient, super robust and compact, inbuilt bottle openers on the side, bumpers, handles, it can run as a deep freezer as well. So I think all of this together is a really budget friendly, lightweight, compact system, perfect for this car, which we have very little real estate to occupy. So today's challenge is going to be fitting all of this into here and hopefully get the DI.
Pretty good with the old fingers there, Sammy.
Mate, tell you what, there's a couple of happy ladies out there. Yes, look at that. Super tidy.
All right, so battery's going in the back here. We've gone behind the driver's seat, just in case we have passengers in the back. Typically, you don't want to be like sitting in a row. So they're going to be sitting on that side of the car. Sam is a pretty big boy, as you guys know. So I've set the front seat back, probably like the limit of where he'll ever go back with the seat. And that still gives us heaps of space with the tray here. It's all pretty flat, so we're just going to put a few bolts through the floor to hold the battery tray down, and then the Itech World battery box actually comes with straps as well to hold that all down. So it should be a pretty tidy and straightforward install. Should be able to run the wires up the side here, right to the box, keep it all nice and tucked away.
One thing I really love about this is the integrated connectivity to their app. So via Bluetooth, you can actually monitor all the battery percentages, draws, amperage, all that sort of stuff of your battery right from your phone, and they're really easy to use app, which is super, super cool. It makes life super easy for us when we're not necessarily driving the car all day, every day. The other great thing I love about this is it makes it super easy because the battery box is pre-wired. So all under there, it's all the brains. We don't even need to touch that. We've got a heap of power inputs and outputs on the side via Anderson plugs, a whole bunch of 12-volt SIG sockets here, the isolator and the integrated DC to DC 40 amp charger. I don't even think this Sierra's got a 40 amp alternator in it, but it doesn't matter. We can slap a trickle charger on it and it's all gonna be fine. But the beautiful thing about this is that we can basically whack that down, get the straps out of here, we'll be able to just dump the battery straight in there, connect it all up, and then belt that battery tray in, and it should be a pretty easy job to wire up.
Watch the paint, Sam. Drop it down.
Oh, it's down here.
Sam!
Max, Max, is the collet meant to be milky and brown?
Yeah.
Or does that mean the head gasket needs
The more milk, the better.
Yeah, cool.
You want to pull or hold? It's tight.
Too tight for you, or?
Give me like an inch. Yeah, perfect.
There's one thing I can't afford, it's to give you an extra inch. You've got all I have. All right, while I have you folks, welcome to the inside of the bus. We are struggling to find a way to put a nice Polaris head unit in this car. It's got a singled in, loosely wired in down here, which lives next to my wicker basket. But obviously there is meant to be a piece of dash in the middle of this car, which we are missing and I don't want to buy. So Max is pretty handy with the 3D scanner and CAD. So what are your thoughts on us scanning up the dash here, building a little 3D printed, don't mind her, building a little 3D printed cubby for a doubled-in head unit here, and doing a little custom enclosure for a little touchscreen, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, etc. Because it's already got speakers in this thing front and rear, so I reckon with a little bit of nice, ergonomic integration, it could be really cool. Let me know what you think. Would you trust your life to a non-auto retracting seatbelt from the 80s? I would. Alrighty, one down, one to go. That's actually a super clean little install. Folks, you might be wondering actually why/where we are. And I suppose it's time we tell them that I permanently relocated to the Sunshine Coast, so that's exciting news number one. The second exciting news is the Sydney crack den, very dear to us all, very dear to my heart. We obviously had to relinquish residence there, but we're back with another crack den. So let's come with me. I'll take you for a quick wander around my new crack den. A little bit less cracky than the last den we were in, but it's still very much a denny. So this is going to be a car bay number one, probably home to Daddy's little 80 series. And in this corner, I want to set up a podcast bay, or just like a chill out, little Red Bull fridge and casting couch and all the essentials. Racking for Lost and Living merch, and Max's ears pricked up. Racking for Lost and Living merch and bits and pieces to build the cars. The middle bay, where the Sierra is, this is going to be our easy access work bay, because obviously you can get cars in and out super simply. Back wall here, where all this crap is at the moment, we want to put workbench, tools, branding, and put some hexagon lights up top. And then over on this far bay, we'll put another car stored in here. So this is my new home. So for now, all the cars are still in storage and hiding, but we will eventually bring them up here and put them all in here, and we'll get some insulation and some lights and some fans and some power points and stuff put in here. But for now, this is home. Is there anything you guys would love to see in here other than a casting couch, Red Bull fridge, a whole bunch of parts, a whole bunch of cars, a whole bunch of tools? Drop a comment below. Okay, so we've got the Go Further battery box in. It is actually a really tidy install, I think. Way nicer than what I thought we were going to be able to do whilst keeping the back seats in. Now the fridge is just resting there. I'm going to strap it in a second, but one of the really cool things about the Itech World range, especially their range of jump starters, is they're also like 3000 amp lithium power banks. So this is the JS80. So for example, you get to the beach, you have to park the car, but you want to take the fridge down to where you're sitting. You can actually just take the fridge out and power the fridge off the JS80 for hours, which is really cool. So you don't actually have to lug that battery box out of the car and take it with you. You can just unplug it, go straight into here. Suddenly you've got a mobile fridge setup, which is really cool. Plus, important in an old car like this to have a jump starter anyway. So we don't go far without that. All right, let's run you through quickly. 120 amp hours of Itech lithium, the Go Further battery box with the integrated 40 amp DC to DC charger, solar blanket, the iFrost 40 litre fridge, perfect for the space conscious weekend.
4 p.m. Please go to the beach.
All right, okay. I know I promised.
Spent 8 hours installing this battery box for you.
Fill the fridge, load up, let's go.
Let's go.
All right, let's do it. Okay, we made it. DI entry just ahead of us. We've aired down the cars. Of course, we had to bring the big 79, the recovery bus, because I have grave concerns for not just the man in that car, but the whole car itself. Although at least now we're here. The weather's changing, a lot of rain this morning. The sun's come out this afternoon. We've got the fridge full of drinks. We've got the solar panels. We're here to enjoy the day at DI with our newfound 12 volt system. Brought my mate Max in the 79. It's going to be a good day. Let's settle up and go. Nothing quite like a bit of Brokeback Mountain, 2 blokes in a soft top Sierra, you know what I'm saying? Yahoo! seen the temperature needle move on this car. Hopefully today we can get it to the H.
I smell something already. It already stinks.
Why does it smell like clutch and burning? What a day! You're probably wondering why the Barbie goggles, Sam. Well, you see, when you've got a high-performance vehicle with no roof like this, the wind, you know, it's like how old-school fighter pilots used to have to wear aviation goggles. It's a very similar approach. You ever seen two grey men in a soft-top Sierra trying to jump? Oh, this is one. Big head, eh? That's the head I was driving in the ocean. Well, we've pretty much got the place to ourselves. I reckon it's time we set up the fridge, set up the chairs, and enjoy a quiet double island and the spoils of our success this morning for the rest of the afternoon. What do you want? I got hard fizz or hard fizz?
Bloody great.
Perfect. I think the real win here is getting the Sierra finally ready for a day trip like this, because that car, despite it being slow, uncomfortable, hot, sweaty, and kind of ugly, is about as good as you're going to get, and underpowered. It's about as good as you can get for a day trip like this. And now that it's got this system in it, I think we've unlocked a whole new world. I'm really pumped on this.
2025, I'm thinking.
If you guys want to see us tackle Cape York in 2025, it's not going to be in the Sierra, but we might do it anyway. It'll be exciting. If you guys want to check out anything about the products that we've fitted to the Sierra today, jump on the Itech website. I'll also put a little discount code on the screen here so you can save a stack of money on all the gear that you saw us install today. Massive thanks to Max, actually. I think now it's time we clock off for the day. It's been a long day, mate. I reckon we now enjoy the spoils of DI and kick back. In the rain. Cheers.
I'm not drinking.
Okay, we weren't quite done. I wanted to give you guys a couple of quick double island tips. Now, this place has been nicknamed Defect Island recently because there's so much police attention here. A lot of people doing the wrong thing. So here's a couple of tips to keep you guys out of the shit and safe. For starters, make sure you got your permits. They're cheap, available online, print them off, put them on your dash. Pay the barge, come over here and enjoy it. Take your rubbish with you. Don't act like a spud. They're really cracking down on the 40k an hour zones as well, so don't speed through them. And this place will be open for a long time to everyone. So it's a little tip and trick from old Sambo. Anyway, make sure you subscribe. We'll see you next Thursday.